Nerd Reactor, roll out.
What's up, Reactorites? John here, and it's time to check out Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Lara Croft, she's back, and this is the third game in the series of the rebooted series. She is on a journey to track in an artifact before Trinity, the evil organization that has been causing her grief since she was a kid, and so she's trying to stop them from getting it because she believes that they're gonna pretty much just ruin the world, take over the world, and she is the only one to stop it. And joining her is Jonah, her best friend. He was seen, just helping out Lara Croft since the first game. But to help prevent Trinity from achieving their goal, they're going to try to find this lost city of Paititi in Peru. And in this city, she discovers that it's actually a living city. So people over there have been sticking to their tradition, so not a lot of big influences from the outside world. And in this city, it's like a big hub world, and this is like a big new thing for the Tomb Raider series, where it really gives you a lot of options to do whatever you want. So you can do side missions. There's a lot of hidden stuff all throughout these hub worlds, and you get to buy and sell things to merchants. So there's a lot of stuff that you can do. So these hub worlds are like a great way to just get away from the action. And it's adding a lot of RPG elements, and so yeah, some of you may not be a big fan of this, but for me, in this, it just adds to the world of Tomb Raider, where she's discovering tombs, but also there are places that you want to discover when you find out surprises. As for the action, a lot of the core mechanics from the previous games, it's back with the stealth stuff, and she can hide. But in this game, the new addition is the mud stuff, where she can cover herself in mud, and so she can hide. And if you're just watching and you're not really paying attention, she's really tough to see. This is very much inspired by movies like Rambo, and she is deadly. And there's another move that I really enjoy called the Eagle's Talons, and this one, she can be on top of a tree branch, and she can use her rope arrow to shoot at the person and then bring the person up and pretty much killing him and hanging him on the tree. And yeah, she is the ultimate predator, and that's what this Square Enix and Eidos Montreal is trying to sell, with her being deadly, and this is like her final form. As for the action stuff, she gets all her the weapons like shotguns, assault rifles, pistols, and of course her trusty bow, so it's back. And with these weapons, you can upgrade them for improved rate of fire, improved reloading, and all that stuff, damage. And then as for her abilities, you have the skill stuff. You can improve and upgrade her abilities, including breathing underwater, being able to fall without making a lot of noise. And you can also get the focus stuff, where you can use medicine to slow down time while aiming, and you can also heal yourself. And then you can also use perception, so you can see where the enemies are at and whatnot without having to activate survival instinct. And yeah, survival instinct, that's back. And with that, you get to see items all around, where you can connect resources, natural resources or man-made resources. And you can also track enemies. So if an enemy is red, don't stealth kill him, because others will see that. But if the enemy turns yellow, then you're in the clear. Let's talk about the tombs. The game has lots of tombs, and that's where a lot of the puzzles are at, and you have to figure out how to reach to the final area, so you can pretty much unlock a special tomb related skill. And that includes breathing underwater, giving you a longer time to do that. Some of these puzzles are pretty tough, so you have to kind of loosen your mind, kind of think outside the box, but not too much outside the box, because there was one tomb where I was struggling really hard. It took me a while to figure it out, and as it turned out, the answer was right there in front of me. So I was trying to go all around the tomb just to figure out how to solve this, but it was just right there. So whenever you feel like you're stuck, try to focus right there, but think about it in a different way. And then also traversal, platforming. So, you know, Lara Croft, you can climb, jump from one ledge to another ledge, and she can hook herself with her tools. But the new addition for this game is rappelling, so she can rappel. And so she can go down and then swing back and forth to reach the hard to reach places. And as for the difficulty level, I feel like this is probably the hardest game yet, just with the enemies. A lot of them just coming at you, and having all the skills that you have, using all the boost powers, they'll help you out. So try to use your perception, your medicine to help you with endurance. That one, you know, just gives her extra protection, so her resistance is higher. And so all that, especially using health and also focus, so you can slow down time when aiming, is really, really helpful. If the game gets too hard, you can change the difficulty from like normal to easy, or if you want to challenge, hard. So for the difficulties, you can change it based on the category. So one could be like the fighting, the action category. So changing it to easy, normal, or hard will change how the bad guys will interact, how smart they are, and how tough they are. And you can also change the difficulty for puzzles. So with the puzzles, you can have hints, and if it's easy mode, Lara Croft will give you easy hints. And for the other one, it's the platforming difficulty. So if it's on hard mode, you won't even have any indicator of where to jump or go, because if you turn it on normal, you'll kind of see like a faint pathway, and if it's on easy mode, you'll really see it. So you can mix and match, and whether one thing is getting too hard, you can change it. But I recommend once you beat the game, try doing it on the hard mode, so it just really feels immersive and feels more realistic. And as for the emotional aspect of this game, I think I like this one. This is probably like my favorite story yet, just because of the bad guy involved, Dr. Dominguez. Very compelling villain, and I can kind of get behind what he's trying to do. And some of the stuff he says, I feel bad as Lara Croft, like, am I in the wrong? Am I doing the right thing? And so I think that's like a sign of a cool villain. And also for this one, Jonah, he gets more hands-on with you know, joining Lara Croft and doing these adventures. And so, you know, I'm a big fan of Jonah, so I like to see him help out Lara Croft more often. And here he kind of gets like his own little arc, his own little path to discovering to just do what he really wants to do, which is to help people out. And so I like that. But yeah, if you're a fan of Jonah, I think you're gonna like what he's gonna do and where his story progresses. And of course, for the story, like these Tomb Raider games, you're gonna have supernatural elements. In the first one, the island of Yamatai, you have these Japanese warriors. They're like ghosts, and Himiko, she's this deadly goddess, and she's angry, she's seeking vengeance. And with this game, you also have a supernatural element, and the way they pull this off is kind of different from your the average plot of like, here's a hero, goes to a mysterious place, finds out there's a bad guy, military is going after it too, and then there's a supernatural element. They have to like butt heads and fight and all that. It's because you've seen this in Uncharted, you've seen this in the Tomb Raider games. So the way they do it in this one with the supernatural element, it's kind of a nice spin to it, and so I like it. One of the funniest things about this game is Lara Croft. Let's say she goes to Paititi, this living history, this city with people, and she's showing her softer side because she can actually interact with people now, and she's showing her humanity, helping people out, doing side missions. But then she's also a thief, especially if you like to collect materials. So she would just go into people's places, grab their items, for example, hide, and that's it. She just takes it. She just takes things from people's homes. So, Lara Croft, what are you doing? Or what am I doing? Because I'm controlling her. Of course, another thing that's back is the many different death cinematics for this, and I've died a lot of times in this game. so it's brutal stuff. This game is rated M for a reason. Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I like it. It's a nice finish to the Lara Croft origin story of how she first started becoming this naive person and slowly becoming this ultimate predator. And I love the balance between the action, the platforming, and the puzzles, like with the tombs and all of that. And Eidos Montreal has, they've done a really great job at doing that, blending it so it never feels dull, and it's always engaging and entertaining. And there's always the cool action sequences that I enjoy, especially since I'm a huge fan of Uncharted, and I like that they do this too. And then also the story, I felt this one's a nice send-off for Lara Croft's origin, where she has to deal with her death of her parents, and the villain, very compelling, and just her relationship with Jonah and her relationship with the people of Paititi, and just her growing as a character. So Shadow of the Tomb Raider, definitely one of my favorite game yet from the Tomb Raider franchise. So I definitely recommend this game, especially if you're a fan of Lara Croft, especially her transformation from noob to predator. So yeah, those are my thoughts. And with that said, I'm John. I will see you guys next time.